We have you on today on a special day to talk about a legend that suddenly passed away yesterday. I got a call on the show, and I was kind of shook. It's a guy I grew up with in my neighborhood who obviously played, and you have some stories with as well. But it's a sad day in the NFL world. It's a sad day in football world. This guy is a legend, and we're gonna break down a top 5 list. Where are you at with him, and what's your takeaway?
Man, it's heartbreaking. Especially, at 52 years old, he's a big dude, and I guarantee that your pension and life expectancy are matched up in the NFL. And every time this happens to a big guy, or any player really, but big guys especially, it always takes me back to that 55 number, the double nickel. And you can't pull your pension out until 55, but life expectancy for O&D lineman is 55.
Damn.
I understand it's on everybody to take care of themselves, but I played at about 300, 310 as a nose tackle 3 technique. I played at about 330, 340 as a guard center. And I own a gym, and I'm super active. I don't drink. I really try and take care of myself. And I can't get under 300 pounds to save my fucking life. I can't run. I have to walk sideways up and down the stairs. I can't bend over. My fucking 5-level fusion in my back's all fucked up. I can't lift my arm above my shoulder. So it's hard to lose the weight when you carried it for as long as a lot of us did. Some guys just evaporate. Like Alan Faneca, my boy Alan, evaporated. But some guys, it's really hard to lose the weight. And I guarantee you that's the precursor of what happened to Big Larry. So I understand it's not on the NFL. It's not on your past employer to try and fix this, but it is an issue, and it's something that's happened so many times. It's kind of disgusting. And I'm just saying this, but I busted my ass to get my pension and my body, and there's nothing more worthless than this. This NFL pension. If I'm not going to see 55, what's the fucking point? Why did I bust my ass to get the pension?
And they try to fucking keep it from us.
Oh, bro, and then the other part is I'm in the middle. So I had a benefit that ran out, of course, because they only extend you for so long. But now I'm in the process of trying to get my total and permanent neurocog benefit that I busted my ass for, that I guarantee you I could get. But the NFL makes it so goddamn difficult to get. You have to get fucking lawyers involved, and the lawyers that's not a good idea. You don't want to get lawyers involved if you don't have to. You have to get lawyers involved and fight them for the own benefit that you've got. And a lot of guys just don't give a fuck and don't do it because they don't want to fight anymore. And I'm not saying this is what happened to Larry, but look, man, I guarantee you his body hurt. I guarantee you it was hard for him to fucking lose the weight. I mean, he passed away with his family on vacation in Mexico. It's just, it reminds me of Chester McLaughlin dying at the dinner table in front of his family at 350 pounds. I'm 325 today, and I don't feel like I'm that big or whatever, but then I realized that I'm 325 still. So I don't know, man. It really it hit me hard. I know Larry personally, and he's a really good dude, and really for as much of a nasty prick as he was on the other side of the coin, equally as much of a good dude and great man, and just gave back and cared, and, took young guys under his wing as a 13, 14-year-old vet, teaching me and my boy Sam Wilder how to do shit. And I was on the phone yesterday with a bunch of guys that I played with and a bunch of guys I looked up to, and old heads will know these names a little bit better, but Andre Gerard has played for the Cowboys, and it's the San Antonio Brahmas O-line coach now, and him and Larry are really tight. So Dre's pretty shook up about this. And then Kevin Gogan, who they didn't play together, but very similar players. Gogue's a really big, nasty son of a bitch, played at Washington. He's shook up, and Turley's shook up. Everybody's just, Emmitt Smith shook up. This is just a bad situation, and it really made me start questioning my own, my own clock. And 10 years is not a lot of time, and I just, man, it's fucking heartbreaking. And I wish the National Football League would have a little bit more hair behind all this talk, because they don't give a flying fuck about you once you get out of the system. And I'm not saying they need to, but God damn it, like there should be more resources for guys to get help. I saw Willie Anderson, who's one of the all-time greats, post this on Twitter that so many big guys have heart and kidney problems when they get done playing as they get older, because, I don't know, how many Toradol shots did you take in college, Smitty?
Man, I wanted to take one my last year when I hurt my knee, but I think I was at a time frame where they stopped it. Like when I played, like that.
I used to take one. I used to take a Toradol shot and then another shot in the joint like every 3 days.
Yeah, and I had teammates that would be more on that type of
almost every day. Like I'd walk in almost every day and be like, "Yo, hit me with Toradol before we go to practice," and they just be pop right in the cheek, and you're rolling, and you feel like Superman. And the next day you wake up and you feel like fucking
horrible,
like you're gonna die, and then you have to go back and do it again. So the vicious cycle of creating drug addicts, functioning drug addicts, because that's what it was.
Yeah,
it's funny how the National Football League doesn't take any accountability with what happens to their players after their players are done playing for them.
No, all you see is a reactive tweet. That's what it is now. Nobody cares.
Like I said last night, I was sitting there with Bree watching TV, and I was really shook up about this last night, and I'm equally shook up about it today. It's not getting any better. But it's funny to me that everybody just comes down. If you played, everybody just comes down to a 60-second highlight tape and a goodbye, and that's what it is these days.
Oh, yeah. And that's like it is in real life. When your homie dies, when your homeboy dies or somebody, it's a fucking reactive tweet. That's why I always like to be proactive, man. It's just unfortunate. Time is a thief. It goes by too quick. Hope Janelle, his wife and kids, Larry III, and everybody is allowing their grieving process today. But it's fucked up.
It's really terrible. It's too bad.
Yeah, it's fucked up. 52 years old.
So young.
Yeah, we grew up together. He's a couple years older than me, but we all went through the same process. We both grew up in Compton, went D2. He went to Butte up north, got out of Compton. I went to Compton College and stayed home. And then he went D2. He went to Sonoma State, who's no longer playing football, but he went D2. And him and Eric Williams on that same old line, both D2 guys, Sonoma State, Central State, Ohio guy, Eric Williams. And two of the best ever on the same old line were both D2 guys. A lot of D2 guys back then played because of there was not this portal access we have now. And look at it. Look at even Will Shields. Will Shields is another guy I played with, D2 guy. A lot of great D2 Hall of Famers out there, especially up front. But to your point, I talked to Kyle the other day, Turley. We talk a lot. He wants to coach with me if I ever coached again. He's a guy from right here where I'm at. He's actually from this Inland Empire area. He was talking about this in specific, though. When you gain all that weight to play, to make sure that you can fend off 300-pound guys bull rushing you every day, and then you suddenly retire and lose that mass weight to think you're healthy, actually hurts the lungs, the heart, the kidneys. And that's why maybe it's not a bad thing for you. Maybe you can hold that weight well because it looks good on you. And maybe if you lost all that weight, you might have a problem. I mean, that's just what I've seen. Look at all the people that lost all that sudden weight to be on ESPN or something as a former lineman who have actually had major issues. And I don't think the body can just lose all that weight right away, and it's just it's hard. It's
Cold,
hard.
yeah, cold, not cold turkey for sure. I'll say that.
I wish that the NFL had a player hospital, like a place where you could just go and they would just help you. Like there's so many guys that for years, for 20 years, I walked into the training room in college with the NFL and said, I have a problem, help me. And they would help me immediately. And now I have to go beg some fucking doctor that doesn't know me and just thinks I'm in there trying to like score pills off of him or some shit, because that's what 99% of people are doing. Instead of getting help, I have to go beg. And I don't trust doctors at all. And I'd rather be in pain and miserable than have to go listen to some smug fuck tell me that he cares and that he wants to help me. And that requires him cutting me open and feeding me more morphine. So this system is, it makes me question everything, bro. Why I'm sending guys down the same road? Like, is it really worth it? I don't know the answer to these questions, and I'm really struggling with it bad. And I have this. I don't know. I don't know, man. Football, and everything that comes with it. It's awesome, and it's a fantastic sport, but it sure does take a lot from you. It doesn't give a lot back. Money's one thing, guy. I'm not talking about money. I'm not. Yeah. Not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It really makes you think, though, too. Like, I one of my homies, like, we had like a birthday dinner last weekend. He flew down from the Bay Area, and he was kind of reflecting just on like, another year of growth and what he's learned and all that type of stuff. And he's someone who lost his father at a young age, and he was saying how like his father was one of like the hardest workers he's ever seen, and he's every day just busting his ass, working 2 jobs, doing all this and that, and didn't even get a chance to live to like really see the quote unquote fruits of his labor, so to speak, if that makes sense. And it's just, he was kind of just saying that like for him, and like, although we all have goals and we want to continue to work towards the future and things like that, as you should, you really have to be able to take the time to appreciate the now and what's right in front of you right now. Because as big of a cliche as it is that, tomorrow's not promised, I know it's a cliche, but it's really facts though. It's really true. I think we wake up every day and just assume we're going to continue to wake up, because I just, there's no reason to just assume you're going to not wake up, of course. But at the same time, that's real fucking life. We've all had different experiences, whether it's friends, family, peers, what have you, where just random shit happens. Like this man, Larry Allen, was with his family on vacation in Mexico. There's no way in hell he had any thought of anything happening to him, obviously. And then boom. So I don't know. For me, it's more just like I don't know if a wake up call is the right phrase, but just like, man, just a chance to just like really reflect on, as much as I have goals and certain things that I want, and I might not be satisfied fully where I'm at today and all this bullshit. At the end of the day, man, like, I'm just happy to be here talking to y'all right now in this present moment and be able to say I'm blessed to be here. And I think we got to try to, it's hard, but try to get back to just appreciating the now and stop worrying about what's tomorrow so much.
Yeah, but Matt, this is who you are. This is who I am. This is who we are. This is like, I don't know if we could change what we are, who we are. I think that was our DNA, genetic makeup. I think that was our genetic makeup, and I think we live that way, and it is what it is. I don't know if we'll change it. You're coaching your son now, similar path, same path that we went down. Are you now questioning that? Is that what you're saying, or no?
Of course I question it. I question it every day. I question it with every kid that walks in here, every single one of them. I tell the parents there's 1,000% injury risk. You're going to get hurt. They don't give a fuck about you. Stop acting like this is all just like some big fucking group of people that have your back for the rest of your life. They don't. And it's way worse now than it was. I'm glad I played when I played. For as fucking archaic and, cavemanish as it was, at least you did have a family behind you and you did have people that supported you. Now it's just like, if you don't fucking click immediately, they'll just cut you and put you in the transfer portal. So,
Well, I want to transition to something more positive, because you have a story about Larry in wake of his in wake of his passing suddenly and sudden passing, you also have a story that you've told on this show that is classic. Take a listen.
Larry Allen's right. Okay, this fucking story is a classic. So it's after my rookie year. I'm out in San Francisco visiting my boy Sam Wilder, who plays for the Niners. Larry Allen plays for the Niners at the end of his career. We're at his fucking massive house, wherever the fuck it was, and we're partying our ass off, and it was really fun. And it was like a costume party, right? So I can't even remember what I was dressed up as, but like Sam's dressed up as a woodsman, and Larry's like a fucking, I don't know what he was dressed up as, but it was pretty funny. And it's like 3 a.m, and we walk out, and he's like, "Hey, come with me." And I'm like, "Cool, man. Let's go, Larry." So we walk out to this barn. Fuck. And he opens up this fucking sliding doors, dog, and there's a pen and a fucking rhino.
No, it's no way. No,
a rhino, a fucking rhino, a big ass motherfucking
rhino.
Fucking 2-horn, goddamn, run your ass over rhino, which figures because Larry Allen has a rhino. Why the fuck wouldn't he? So this dude walks over and picks up a pumpkin and goes, "Watch this." And I go, "You feed it to the rhino?" And he goes, "Kinda." He throws the pumpkin at the rhino, and it just breaks. The rhino's like, "Ugh." Turns around, starts eating the pumpkin. He goes, "You want to throw a pumpkin at my rhino?" And I'm sitting there at 4 a.m, like 3 sheets, looking at my best friend Sam, like, "What the fuck is going on right now, bro? I'm throwing pumpkins at rhinos with Larry Allen." It was weird, but then we came up with a band name. It's called our new band is called Larry Allen's Rhino, and I'm the fat bassist.
What? Why are you just now telling me this, Matt?
Like Metal and James Brown.
Bro, this is an all-time top 5 Matt Mcchesney story. You should have been told me this.
I got a fucking head full of bangers too. So you want another one? We got more.
Oh my God, we might that might be a new segment.
Around and come holler at your boy. We can do a dungeon show. We can do. Just tell me what you want. I got you.
We're gonna make this shit happen, man. Story time with Big Matt Mcchesney. Hey, Bailey, Ethan, one of y'all, both of y'all, please cut that out. Ethan,
Larry,
please, brother. I know you're busy. We need that story cut. The Larry Allen
he also had a Maybach. You know what a Maybach is, right?
Yeah, I can't afford one. I know what it is. Yeah, Maybach music.
Yeah, I can't afford one either. Don't want one. It's a waste of money. But if I had the money, I'd do it.
Two things can be true, man. It's a waste of money, but if I had the money, I'd do it.
If I got the money, who gives a fuck? But so he's like showing us his cars, and he's like, "This is my Maybach," and I'm like, "Is that pink mink interior?" He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "You got pink mink interior?" Like, "Yep," and I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "It's really soft, and I like the color," and I'm like, "Cool, fucking A, Larry." And it was a spitting car. So he would get in the car, like the whole right side of the car.
Yeah.
Was just the entire floorboard was covered in chew spit. And I'd be like, "What, Larry, what are you doing?" And he'd be like, "Well, I take this car to camp and I drive it from the hotel to the facility and I don't have a cup. So I just spit in the passenger seat." And I'm like, "God, you are just a fucking savage with way too much money, dog."
Imagine. That's an
Love you, Larry.
great.
Love you, big man. I'll miss the rhinos and the pumpkins.
You know, it's crazy though. You brought up a point that is it's true. It's true. Linemen though, it's unfortunate. I've seen guys I've known personally, like Darrell Russell, go down the wrong path, passed away. Chester McLaughlin.
Chester.
If you look at all the linemen, you know, of course you go back to Mark Gastineau and all these different guys. It's just linemen were different. Like Mark Schlereth lost all that weight to be on ESPN.
But Stink's still like 275, 280, just fucking yoked at like 55 years old.
Yeah. And then if you look at two good friends of mine right now, the Pouncey twins, Marquise, I think it's like 180 right now. And I think there's some health issues going on.
My boy Orlando Franklin went from like 330, one of the biggest fucking sons of bitches I've ever seen, to like 175 pounds, but his skin like is floppy. Like you could grab his skin and pull it out.
Yeah.
Like it's real. I'm not trying to make fun of it. It's what it is. Like it's almost like he needs to go have surgery to get the skin like That
back tight. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like fuck, man. It's like a vagina that's gotten just railed out, and you got to go. What? Sorry.
No, I
what? Smitty? What? Smitty? What?
No, I was somebody knocked on the door. I was looking around.
Lighten the mood here a little
Who
bit.
knocked on your door? Who knocked on your door right now?
I don't know. I think we good. I must have heard something. Jeff Saturday lost a lot of. He was never super duper big. But he lost a lot of weight too, though.
Who knocked on your door? Peter North?
Shit, dude. But look, there's just certain guys that you're not gonna like, even if you lose weight, bro. So look, I lose 45 pounds and I'm still 285. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my big. I'm 265. I'm not a small mother. I'm 265, and I'm only 5'11" though. So you got to put it together. Matt, what? Matt, you what? 6'3"?
Yeah, but I'm 6'4" ish, right above 6'4".
So let's call it 6'5", just for shits and giggles. 6'5", 320, 5'11", 265. I mean, fuck. It's kind of.
I'm 6'3",
buck 80. Buck 80, buck 95.
Shit, right. I've lost.
You a little motherfucker.
I've lost 14 pounds in the last 3 weeks, so I'm down to 275. I'm trying to
but JB, you can lose your weight like this. All your weight is all fucking like alcohol and bullshit.
Titties.
Like titties. Yeah, that's easy weight.
Titties are getting there. Titties are nice right now. They're actually nice.
You got the type of fat, JB, that if you just work out hard for 1 week, you'll lose 20 fucking pounds. Like, your shit is all fucking bullshit, flabby fat weight. Me and Matt, look at Matt. He's yoked. Matt is muscle, lean, weight room. Your shit just all fucking flabby, loosey-goosey, grape jelly, strawberry jelly. Just, you can burn that shit in a week if you take it seriously.
You got me fucked up. I'm athletic.
Get him off of you, dog.
I'm athletic and lean and oh shit, you crazy.